Have you ever taken a small loan, thinking, it's just temporary? I'll pay it back easily. It always starts like that. Simple, harmless, necessary. But what if that small decision slowly turns into a trap so deep that it begins to control your life? Because the truth is, debt doesn't destroy you all at once. It destroys you quietly. This is the story of Rohan, a young man with a big dream and an even bigger belief in himself. Rohan wasn't born rich. He didn't have connections, nor did he have backup. But what he did have was ambition. The kind that keeps you awake at night, imagining a future no one else can see. From a young age, Rohan wanted to build something of his own, not just to earn money, but to prove that he could rise above his circumstances. After finishing his studies, instead of chasing a job, Rohan decided to start a small business. It wasn't perfect, but it was his. He worked day and night, faced rejection, lost opportunities. But he didn't stop, because for him, this wasn't just a business. It was his dream. Months passed, and slowly his efforts began to show results. Small profits, a growing customer base, a sense of progress. For the first time in his life, things were moving forward. But then came the turning point. One day, Rohan saw an opportunity to expand his business. A bigger setup, better equipment, faster growth. But there was one problem. He didn't have enough money. That's when the idea came to him, a small loan. At first, he hesitated, but then he convinced himself, it's just temporary. I'll grow faster, earn more, and pay it back easily. It sounded logical, safe, controlled. So he took the loan, and for a while, everything seemed to work. His business expanded, sales increased, people started noticing him. It felt like he had made the right decision. But what Rohan didn't realize was he had just stepped into a trap, because debt doesn't just take your money, it takes your peace. A few months later, the market changed. Sales slowed down, expenses remained high, and suddenly, the numbers didn't add up anymore. The loan payments didn't stop, the pressure didn't stop, but the income did. At first, Rohan thought it was just a phase. Things will get better, he told himself. But days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Nothing changed, except one thing, his stress. Every morning, he woke up with anxiety. Every phone call felt like a threat. Every message reminded him of something he owed. The dream that once gave him excitement now gave him fear, and slowly that fear began to affect everything. His decisions became rushed, his thinking became clouded. Instead of building his business, he was trying to survive it. To cover one payment, he took another loan. To manage one problem, he created another. And without realizing it, he was sinking deeper. This is how the trap works. Not in one big fall, but in small steps, each one feeling necessary, each one feeling justified, until one day you look around and realize you're stuck. Rohan tried everything. He cut costs, worked longer hours, even sold personal belongings. But the pressure kept increasing. Because debt doesn't just grow financially, it grows mentally. It makes you feel smaller, weaker, helpless. There were nights when Rohan couldn't sleep, nights when he questioned everything. Was this a mistake? Was I wrong to dream big? And the most painful one, is this the end? One evening, exhausted and broken, Rohan sat alone in his office. The same office that once symbolized his success now felt like a cage. That's when something inside him shifted. Not hope, not motivation, but awareness. For the first time, he stopped running, stopped panicking, and asked himself one honest question. How did I get here? And the answer was simple, but painful. I tried to grow faster than I was ready for. That realization changed everything. Rohan understood that the problem wasn't just the loan, it was his mindset behind it. He wanted quick growth, quick success, quick results, but he ignored one thing: sustainability. From that day on, Rohan made a different decision. Not to escape the problem instantly, but to face it completely. He restructured his business, focused on what actually worked, cut unnecessary expansion, negotiated his debts. It wasn't easy. It took time, sacrifice, patience, but slowly, things started to change. Not dramatically, but steadily. And that's when Rohan learned the most important lesson of his life. Debt is not always bad, but careless debt is dangerous. Because when you borrow money without understanding the risk, you're not buying growth, you're buying pressure. And pressure can either shape you or break you. Years later, Rohan rebuilt his business, stronger, smarter, wiser. But this time he didn't chase speed. He respected balance. Because he knew a slow, stable growth is far more powerful than fast, fragile success. The truth is, most people don't fail because they lack ambition. They fail because they try to shortcut the process. They try to skip the struggle. They try to grow without a foundation. And debt becomes the price they pay for that mistake. So before you take that small loan, before you convince yourself that it's easy, ask yourself one question. Am I ready for the responsibility that comes with it? Because money can build your dream, but the wrong decision with money can destroy it. And sometimes all it takes is one small loan to ruin a big dream. Ask yourself one question. Am I ready for the responsibility that comes with it? Because money can build your dream, but the wrong decision with money can destroy it. And sometimes all it takes is one small loan to ruin a big dream.